Hello everyone, I think you people are doing well. So today this lecture we will be dealing with inflorescence of the plants, a most important topic where 90% of the students have doubt over the topic. Especially it is a complicated topic because you have to remember so many things out of this topic, and it includes so many biologically complicated names that creates major issues within the students. So I will try my best to clarify the doubts regarding this topic, and after the end of this session you will be able to detect the inflorescence of the plants after just visualizing the inflorescence over any of the plant. So let's start our topic of discussion. So inflorescence, what do we mean by inflorescence? Inflorescence is essentially a group or cluster of flowers arranged on a stem that is composed of a main branch or a complicated arrangement of the branches. So morphologically, the flowers are the modified shoots of the plant. The flowers are needed to produce the seeds, and seeds are needed to propagate the plant. So definitely plant, what it does, it modified some essentially branches, and those branches later they form the flowers. So the flowers may be solitary, may present solitarily in the plant, or may present in groups. So accordingly, the group of the flowers that are arranged in a particular format, and that is regarded as your inflorescence. So it is essentially a cluster of flowers. So as you very well know, the plant organs can grow according to different schemes, namely the two major schemes. One is monopodial type of growth system, and second one is your sympodial type of growth system. Monopodial type is also regarded as your racemose type, where sympodial type is also known as your cymose type. The pattern of inflorescence in both of the cases, either in monopodial or sympodial, also varies accordingly. Basically, the monopodial type of growth system is regarded as your indeterminate type of inflorescence. So indeterminate inflorescence is associated with monopodial type of growth or racemose type of growth. And the type of growth where the terminal buds keeps growing and forms lateral flowers, and a terminal flower never formed, that is indeterminate type of inflorescence, and essentially it is a monopodial type of growth. See here, see in this flower here, your indeterminate type of growth. One is simple and compound, two format of inflorescence it has been given. See here in the terminal point, the terminal point is growing. There is an arrow mark and the terminal point is growing, and the flowers are arranged laterally in the main stem, laterally. Similarly in compound type is nothing but the association of the simple type. And here you can have the examples of Medicago sativa. Here the terminal portion is growing and flowers are arranged laterally. Also Arabidopsis thaliana, it can also be given out of the examples. So then come to determinate inflorescence. It is also regarded as sympodial type, also cymose type of growth. Here it is exactly opposite to the indeterminate type of inflorescence, where the terminal bud forms a terminal flower and then it dies out. So the other flowers then grow from the lateral buds. See here, the terminal portion indeterminate type, the terminal portion ends up with a flower, and then the lateral flowers grows away. Then see, so these are two basic type of inflorescence we see. One is your indeterminate type, another is your determinate type. So don't be ever confused. Indeterminate type also regarded as your monopodial type or racemose type. Determinate seems simultaneously sympodial or cymose type. Accordingly, they may be regarded as your open type or closed type of inflorescence. Open means indeterminate type, the first one, indeterminate type, where terminal portion never ends up with a flower, and similarly closed type, where it ends with the flower. So the indeterminate patterning of flower derived from determinate flowers. this is the most important viewpoint of this topic, that the indeterminate growth pattern of flowers is derived from the determinate flowers. So determinates are first to appear. So indeterminate are a evolutionary part of the determinate flowers. That means determinate growth in the later days it provides out, or it provides the indeterminate type of pattern. So based on phylogenetic relationship or phylogenetic analysis, we can have inferences upon these two types, that is open or closed type. Similarly, see some of the parts of the inflorescence. The flowers, you can see, you can very well identify the flowers, then the stalk of the flower regarded as your pedicel, then bract, the leaves associated with the flower or the inflorescence, that is regarded as your bract. So the cluster of bracts called as involucre. Involucre means a circular cluster of bracts that may arise in the flower or inflorescence. For example, in sunflower you can have seen those bracts arranged in form of leaves. Then the main stem where the inflorescence goes away or the inflorescence grows, that main stem is regarded as your peduncle, the main supporting stalk of the inflorescence, that is your peduncle. Similarly, next, the inflorescence is broadly can either be simple type or compound type, and the simple inflorescence is again divided, as earlier I told you. One is a racemose type, another is your cymose. Racemose means indeterminate type, or cymose means determinate type. So first come to simple inflorescence and then indeterminate type of inflorescence. These are regarded as your racemose type. The main kind of racemose inflorescence is called raceme. Raceme is the main kind of racemose. So first one, the raceme. The raceme is an unbranched, indeterminate inflorescence with pedicellate. That means having the flower stalk. So that is the critical point here, is that in raceme you will get the flower stalks associated with the flower along the axis. But in spike, what is the difference between raceme and spike? The spike is a typical raceme. It is a type of raceme with the flowers which don't have pedicel. That means they have the absence of pedicel. That is the difference between raceme and spike. In raceme, you do have the flowers associated with the pedicel, but here in spike, the pedicel is absent. Then see, this one is a raceme. This one is raceme. Here you will see the flowers have pedicels attached with them. Where? In spike. See, in spike the flowers have absence of the pedicel. See, both of the cases, the growing point, you can find out the growing point, and sessile flowers, the flowers which have absence of the pedicel, regarded as your sessile flowers. And bracts means the leaves associated with the flowers or the inflorescence, those are the bracts. So that is the difference between raceme and spike. Both of the cases are quite equivalent, only the absence or presence of pedicel. Then corymb. What do you mean by corymb? A racemose corymb. Corymb may be racemose type or cymose type, but here we are dealing with racemose type. So racemose corymb is an unbranched, indeterminate inflorescence that is flat-topped or convex due to their outer pedicels which are progressively longer than inner ones. What do you mean by that? Corymb is an unbranched, indeterminate inflorescence. See here. Here this one is the corymb. So corymb, what you see in corymb, the outer pedicels, these are the outer pedicels. These are larger than in comparison to inner pedicels. That's why the flowers appear in a same level or a convex flat surface, a convex type of surface. There are two types of surface you will get, either flat surface or convex type. That is a corymbose type of inflorescence. Pedicels present, and pedicels progressively have higher length of the outer one than in comparison to the inner one. That is your corymb. Then come to umbel. Umbel is a type of racemose or raceme with short axis multiple floral pedicels of equal length that appears to arise from a common point. This one is most important in case of umbel. The flowers appear from a common point. It is characteristics of the Umbelliferaceae family. See here, umbel. This one is your umbel. All the flowers appear from a common point, and there the bracts are present in form of circular format. Those are regarded as your involucre, and this one is your umbel. So now you got the difference between umbel and corym. The difference here, you are getting flat or convex top. Here you are getting a circular type of arrangement of the umbel. Then spadix. Spadix is a spike of flower densely arranged around it, enclosed or accompanied by highly specialized bract that is called spathe. The spathe is the most critical point for spadix type of inflorescence. It is characteristics of the family Araceae. Araceae means any you have seen in case of your areca nut, palm, and you have seen in banana. That is spadix type of inflorescence. That means a spike of flower. See here, this one is a spadix. What you see, you can remember the banana inflorescence. The main stalk or peduncle is there, and the flowers are arranged in the main stalk, and it is covered by a large leaf-like structure that is regarded as your spathe. Spathe is the most important in case of spadix type of inflorescence. Then come to flower head or capitulum. Capitulum is a very contracted raceme which the single sessile flowers are borne on an enlarged stem. This is the characteristics of Dipsaceae family. So head or capitulum. See here, this one is the head or capitulum. See, the flowers have absence of pedicel, and the flowers, that's why are regarded as sessile flowers. Then and are arising from a large enlarged stalk or enlarged peduncle that is regarded as a receptacle. That is called as the receptacle, and upon the receptacle the flowers are born, and within that the inner side flowers are young flowers while the outer side flowers are old flowers. That is capitulum or head. You have seen it in sunflower. Then come to catkin. Catkin or ament is a scaly, generally drooping spike or raceme. Drooping type of spike or raceme, cymose or other complex inflorescence that are superficially similar are also generally called thus. So see here, catkin. See here, catkin. This one is the catkin. It is also a raceme or spike type. The only difference is that it is drooping type. Drooping type means you have seen catkin will be looking like a agarbatti. Agarbatti, have you seen? It will be critically looking like a agarbatti. So that is regarding all the types of your indeterminate or racemose type of inflorescence which are coming under simple inflorescence. And you have seen the example, and here I have given hypanthodium. It is a special type of inflorescence that will be dealing with later. Then see here, I have given 4 type of inflorescence. One is without any inflorescence, that means solitary. Only one flower will be present, which is absence of any inflorescence, that is solitary. Then for example, hibiscus, have you seen that one? Then spike means absence of the pedicel. I have told you earlier, flowers are sessile, and like that arrangement you will get. And raceme, flowers are pedicellate. But in panicle, spike, have you seen? You have seen it in wheat. And panicle, rice. What is the difference between spike and panicle? Try to observe critically. In panicle, it is regarded as your branched raceme. Branched raceme means so many racemes are arranged over the common peduncle. The common main axis is there, and so many simple racemes are arising. That is panicle type of inflorescence. Then Then come to determinate or cymose type of inflorescence. I told you earlier what do you mean by determinate. That means the terminal portion has ending up with the flower. So the main kind of cymose inflorescence is called here cyme. They are in racemose, it is known as your raceme. Here it is cyme. So different types of cymes are there. First one is your uniparous. Uniparous means simple. See here, only one branch is there. Then uniparous helicoid may be there. Helicoid, it will be arranged like helix, helicoid. Then uniparous scorploid. Then see the scorploid type of arrangement. Then rhipidium type of arrangement. Then biparous type, two individual growths will be arising from the main axis. Then multiparous type, so many individual growths or individual simple uniparous are arising. Then again further branching is there, that is called multiparous type. So different types of determinate inflorescence are there. So see there, every terminal portion is ending up with a flower. Every terminal portion, that's why it is determinate type or cymose or cyme type. So then come to compound inflorescence. Simple inflorescence are the basis for the compound inflorescence or synflorescence. So many simple inflorescence, when they are arranged, they will give out the compound type of inflorescence, which can be both a racemose type or a cymose type. So compound inflorescence may be either racemose type or cymose one. The compound inflorescence are composed of branch stems or can involve complicated arrangement that are difficult to trace back to the main branch. So many complicated arrangement is there found in compound inflorescence. You can't get the main peduncle. Whenever you mark it, you can't get the main stem. So here see some examples of compound inflorescence. First one is your compound raceme. See there, raceme type of arrangement which is present in compound type. Second, you will see compound corymb of Pyrus terminalis. This one is your compound corymb. Then compound umbel type. See, compound umbel type, corymb, umbel. I have told you earlier the simple types. Then it is only the compound type of the simple ones. Then and finally the compound spadix. See here, so many spadix are arising. So many spadix. You have seen it in Cocos nucifera, coconut. In coconut you will get compound spadix, but in banana only simple spadix or a single spadix. Then the special inflorescence. Finally we will be dealing with special inflorescence. The special inflorescence which may be seen in nature, which are divided into three categories: cyathium, hypanthodium and cynanthium. So three major special type of inflorescence. What are they? So see here, this one is the cyathium. Cyathium is of two types. One is unopened type or cut open type. Unopened, see the first one A, it is unopened type, and the B which is cut open type. Whenever you cut open it, you will get this type of view. So cyathium can have a view like this. Okay. Then you can see that either in male flower or in female flower you will get this type of inflorescence of cyathium. Then see there, cyathium flowers will be looking like this. Then hypanthodium, I already have shown it there. The hypanthodium, you can get this in where you can get the hypanthodium type in banyan tree. Remember the banyan tree? You will get this in the peepal tree. Then Bhatticelaster type, that is also a special type of inflorescence. See this type of inflorescence. See here, ficus. The ficus is having hypanthodium type, ficus. Then euphorbia is having cyathium type. So euphorbia having cyathium type. So there is another diagram I have given here. The spike type, then spadix, then raceme, corymb. Some examples of plants, flowers, how they will look like. Then panicle rice, how it is looking like. See. Then simple umbel, only one division. Then compound umbel. See there the perfect divisions. You can have seen it in Ducus carota or carrot plant. Then the simple umbel in Prunus Prunus type you have seen it. This type of flower arrangement you can see simple umbel and compound umbel. Similarly capitulum or head in sunflower. Then finally catkin, you can get this in Corylus avellana. Corylus avellana, such type of figure you will observe or picture you will observe. Then mixed type of inflorescence, then verticillaster and thyrus. Such type of inflorescence must have seen in some ornamental plants. Then another diagram also there representing the catkin type and corym type, umbel type, then head type, and then panicle type, then thymos type, then spike type again, raceme, then cyme type. So such type of arrangements you will get and such type of inflorescence you will observe. So this is all regarding the type of inflorescence or different inflorescence that are observed in nature and how they are being classified. I told you in detail and I tried to understand you what are the concept behind that and how the plants provide different types of inflorescence. So have a good day ahead. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you.